What we do here is go back.
What's up guys, John from Mongo Fishing out here on Thomas Lake again. Today is December 2nd. I'll be attempting the November Mystery Tackle Box Slam. So let's do this. Let's stick some lips. I don't know what our depth is out here, so I'm gonna see about throwing the Berkeley crankbait first. Berkeley digger, first bait. I hope we have a good trip. I got a good feeling about it. There we go.
Sounds good.
Oh, he's not hooked very well. I don't think, at least. Stay down.
Looks like he took pretty good.
Got him. Yeah, he was hooked pretty good. Oh, no, he wasn't. Look, that literally, I take all the pressure off, it falls right out. Here you go, guys. That's on the Berkeley digger.
Yeah, that's one of them down. Huh?
Berkeley digger, little bass. That one's done. All right, guys, let him go. He just soaked me. That is awesome. First lure done. 10 minutes in. Next up is the Bagley balsa shad. I replaced the rear treble, as I discussed in a previous video. These red trebles are not sharp, so I can cast this thing a freaking mile. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Good.
He's nice. Not nicer. See? He's a lot nicer. Oh yeah. Here you go, guys. He's a lot nicer. He's 12, maybe 13 inches. He is pretty close to 13. He's at 12, a little over 12 3/4. All right.
There we go.
You on? Awesome. Okay. Bringing up a donkey rig now.
Looks like not being skunked.
Yeah. All right, guys. Donkey rig, using the smart baits, and I put stingers like I showed in that other video. Where are you?
Right down about where you're at.
think the boat's moving.
You're moving the boat.
I mean, I'm all the way down on it, so it's stuck on a line. It's stuck on a line.
Yeah, we're gonna have to break it.
Because I reeled all the way down to it. You know what I mean? Hold that.
What's that?
Hold this. This is 65-pound test.
Got it. Thank you.
I figured 65-pound test has a better chance of breaking it than your whatever you're throwing.
Yeah.
Check your knot. Check the tip of your line.
What's that? Check the tip of my line.
Yeah, and the knot.
Everything looks good.
Like rubbing your fingers on it?
Yeah.
Okay. It just came off.
Go straight out so you can get out where you were at.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Oh, that's where was it?
Yep.
It's below there anyway. There, you got one on that. 3 out of 5, right?
It's hooked deep, but he's not hooked bad. I just can't reach it. It's literally like sitting on his tongue,
Yeah.
but it's just. Did you get one?
Could be
Okay,
a brand.
that was the fluke. Smart bait. How big is he? Maybe about 12 also. Twelve and a half. Okay. Smart bait's done. I'm now left with the jig and the top water. And now it's an hour 46 is where we're sitting right now. So it's been like an hour and 20 since we caught anything, or since I caught anything.
Ooh, dry spell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the jig.
I think that's what I would do too.
Here we go. this is the jig and the soft plastic. There's technically 6 baits in the box, and this one I paired up.
Well, he got get over here. John, can I borrow your pliers? He's got it. He's got it in a couple areas.
That's got to be a bluegill. So this is the heavy metal tungsten jig and the baby mad paca. Forgot to mention that.
Oh crap!
Where'd you hit? You on the bank or are you in the water?
In the water, but it clogged up on something.
Are you free?
Yep. Oh, for hey.
I look down, I'm looking at yours, I look down and realize mine's underneath the boat. Heavy metal jig, baby mad paca. And he's not even worth measuring. He's gonna be 11 and a half.
About 11 and a half, yeah.
All right, get a photo of him. Yeah, I'm looking back at yours. See if there's a way I can help you. And
He took it off with yours.
I look down and mine's not in the water anymore. Or mine's not in front of me anymore. It's underneath the boat.
He took it right next to the boat then, huh?
I grabbed it out there and then just swam it. Okay, so now I'm definitely down to 1 bait. And that's the top water.
Top water too.
That GoPro just died.
What's that?
That GoPro just died.
Battery out.
Yep. Oh, that was a hit. On the top water. He didn't hit it though. I mean, he missed it. He swung at it. There, just says now battery low. That just popped on. No, on the one on my chest. He hit the jig and I missed it, and I followed up with the crankbait and he hit it as like, there we go, stay pinned. I gotta ski him all the way in. Got him, slam.
got battery on that.
And he's off the hook. I almost showed him that camera. That camera's dead. All right, there he is. Off the top water. He's little, but he's a fish. Awesome. Oh, let me get a photo of him. And he's my first topwater in 50-degree weather. Awesome. There he goes. There you have it, guys. I didn't get a chance to film an outro that night. The one GoPro, the boat-mounted GoPro, the one that gives that upward angle, call that camera 1, if you will. Camera 1 died, and then literally about 4 minutes later, maybe 4.5 minutes later, the chest mount died. I was still able to complete the slam. It was close, but I got it. So let's talk about what made it and what didn't make it, or my opinion on the baits, right? So first off, this Bagley shallow balsa shad, that is now officially going to make it in my permanent tackle box, if you will. Baits that I will continue to use. It works well. I caught multiple fish on it, different times, different lakes during this last month. It was by far my best producer out of all the lures, and it will certainly make a permanent place in my crankbait box. The only thing I didn't like was how dull these red factory hooks were, but yeah, it's going to make a permanent spot. Number 2, second bait that I used, or that caught the second most amount of fish, if you will, is this deep diving crankbait, the Berkeley Digger. I like it. I'm not sure if it's going to make a permanent position. I don't use a lot of deep crankbaits, so I don't buy a lot of deep crankbaits, but I do have some, and so if there's room for one more in that crankbait box, then yes, it will make a seat. If not, then it may not. I haven't decided that. I got to figure out how much room I got. I was able to pull a couple fish. I think in this video I only posted one of each, but there you go. That was the Berkeley Digger in that special red shad. I do really like the color, so I mean, it may make a spot anyway. I may have to move something else out of that box just so I have this in there instead. Heavy metal football jig. I ended up pairing that up with the net bait Baby Madpaca. I think it's a great combo. I like this Baby Madpaca. I don't think I ever would have bought it, but now that I have them, I'll probably buy them. This thing's just a really, really versatile lure. I mean, I like how you can, there's so many options, if you will, of what you want to have it looking like. What I'm talking about is, like, you can cut off the pinchers, well, disconnect everything. Okay, so you get the two little flappy tails, curly tails in the back. But if you cut off the pinchers right here, then it will probably look like some sort of lizard. If you cut off these floppy tails, it'll look like a crawdad. That's how I did it on the jig, is I used it crawdad style. I cut the little flappers on the back off, and it worked quite well. So that combo, the jig and net bait combo, that's making it to my long-term box. In fact, that's actually how I had it rigged up right there, as you can see. So, next favorite, as we're getting lower and lower, this Castaic topwater worked quite well. As you'll see in the video, I mean, I worked it fast. I worked it fast for a reason. This time of year, getting a topwater bite's pretty difficult, or it can be pretty difficult. If this were summer, I would have walked it in slower, pausing, stuff like that. Wintertime or late fall, or whatever you want to call this, weather's been crazy. I did it fast, kind of contrary to what everybody else would do. Normally people want to slow baits down, and I do too, but what I didn't, but this one I ran fast for a reason. I didn't want the bait, or the bass, to get a chance to stop underneath it and look at it and decide if you wanted to hit it or not. I wanted that reaction strike, so I was working it, I was walking it back fast. I wanted that bass to look up and go, I don't know what that is, but I gotta go eat it. It's trying to get away from me, and so that's why I worked it as fast as I did. Yeah, it's a good little popper. It will probably make it into my box. No lie, or popper or walker. I don't even. I mean, it walks, but it's got that little cup lip like a popper, so it spits out a little bit. But yeah, that's gonna make it long term. Thing that probably will not make it. I'm not a fan of these smart baits. I'm really not. I mean, I was able to catch a fish. I don't know. I like my flukes, you know, shad colored, not red and green colored. It's just a personal preference of mine. I was able to catch a fish with it. You know, I rigged mine up with an extra little stinger hook. Posted that in another video, so you can check that out if you want. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it. I do like the donkey rig concept. I like that a lot. I'm probably going to use that some more. I just didn't like the baits themselves. But that's that. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. It's right down there, or right down here. Great, the wind's picking up. Looks like a fish. Leave me a comment, please. I'd like for you to tell me which camera angle you like. Do you like that upward angle that I do from the side of the boat facing forward, or do you like the chest mount? That is that, guys. Again, thank you very much. Get out of the water, be safe, and go stick some lips.